audience, this is Loyal to Law. I'm making this video, as said in the title, to say my piece about DTGTaihojutsu, known also by the name of Richard Rodgers, or Rick, as most of us would call him in the YouTube community, especially in the martial arts. When I knew about his passing yesterday, which was also his funeral, it also came to me as a shock, because just last week I shared to him a video through email about therapy and martial arts going hand in hand, and it's been he was encouraged by it, and he liked it, and he actually thanked me for sharing that to him. I tried to get a hold of him last week too, or I think 2 or 3 weeks back, through email, because I already changed my email, and if he was sending stuff through my old email, I would let him know. So that's what happened, and we interacted and all that. It was a short interaction, not as much as when YouTube used to have a fixed inbox where you can actually send private messages properly, and you can have a really good discussion privately from there. For my piece, the first time I came to YouTube was because of Rick, who was very active at the time, and his channel name, YouTube channel name, was not DTGTaihojutsu back then. This DTGTaihojutsu was actually recent. His channel name before was Ninj Canada. Take, Ninj, then word Canada. So that's one word. And that was his YouTube name before. And at first, when I interacted with him, he was kind of wary of my presence, because he knew that there are a lot of people out there who would just want to interact with him just for the sake of, especially trolls. And as a newcomer, I actually assured to him that I really mean no harm, that I'm not having this intention of bashing him or having any kind of malice, but I really wanted to be friends with him, because his passion in sharing when it comes to the martial arts, especially about the basics, really drew me to him, made me interested in him and his methods of sharing, and his concern when it comes to sharing as well. Then I found out that through our conversations about his stand when it comes to the martial arts, particularly when it came to martial arts controversies in politics, he really wanted to stay away out of it. The politics side. He doesn't want to, say, be part of that. He doesn't want to be named through his lineage or belts or rank. So he's a quiet man. He's very simple, and he doesn't want to be part of any kind of complications whatsoever. In fact, he would only defend himself when it really gets personal. And when I mean by personal, I mean that when his friends are being trolled or attacked, And as you can see, if you're going to look at the other videos, that some of us were defended by Rick or DTGTaihojutsu in one way or another, from trolls, from the constant pestering that we would receive, or sometimes from annoyances. And he would actually defend us from that. He would actually make video responses to generalize his answer, at the same time dealing with all of this bad things coming to his friends, and he doesn't want his friends to be dealt badly. One of the best traits that I saw from Rick was his positive tenacity. And what I mean by that is his life, as he actually told me, he was a competitive, I forgot the word, but he competes in strength competitions, not actually the bodybuilding competitions where you should just show your body. No, I think it was a strongman. Yeah, I think it's the strongman competitions that he participated when he was younger, and he told me that through our exchanges via email, YouTube email, so which was way cooler before. He did that, and then he actually tried to balance with practicing martial arts. So here you have a man who tried to include himself with the strongman competitions and the martial arts, and in doing so it led him to having various injuries. As a normal human being, you can only push yourself so much to the limit, and he had a lot of health issues, which I'm not going to discuss since they're very personal. But here's the best part. Even though he had health issues, it really did not stop him from being a martial artist and actually testing himself out to reach that certain limit, and in this case will be his health issues. It did not stop him from practicing martial arts. It did not stop him from doing what he loved. It is this very reason why he still one of the rare martial artists that I know advocates chair-bound martial artists, and I'm encouraged by that. It made me see where I'm handicapped. It made me his ways and his advocacy of those made me see on where I lack, and by me seeing that through his lens, it made me realize that in one way or another, you are strong on one aspect. So everyone has a weakness. Even though you're a jack of all trades, you actually have a weakness, and you can actually ask help and see other people, and in this case watch other YouTube videos to actually practice and not only cover your weakness but overcome your weakness. And that really hit me. Another thing that made me made me drawn to him was he tries to overcome obstacles in his life. By that meaning the health issues, and there are also some trolls and whatnot. But even then he was still respectful, and he tried as humanly and as compassionately as possible, to be as respectful as he can, despite all the hurtful words that was being said to him. And that's a good thing. That really is a good thing, because if you're going to throw back the stone that was thrown at you, there's going to be a never-ending throwing of stones. So what he just did was threw bread, and sometimes he would throw a Subway sandwich foot long, and that would actually tame all of the stone throwing at him, and eventually he would make friends. He was very supportive when it comes to his friends, and especially when they're making videos. Despite of his obstacles, his personal obstacles, he would still encourage us to continue to make videos to help others, not out of ego, but out of humility, and to really help others in growing their martial skills in the martial community. In fact, the very logo that you saw at the very beginning of this video was his idea. He just gave it to one of his friends, which is also my friend, which most likely will also be friend of other YouTubers inside this martial arts community who knows Sensei Rodgers. That's his full name. He's a sensei because he's a master of a lot of arts, and I knew him being a master of Taihojutsu. And I can tell you, Taihojutsu is not only a very effective art, but if need be, it's also a very dangerous art. It's an art of arresting people, I think. And he's really good at it. His passing, I know, is a tragedy. It's heavy. But you know, sometimes by this loss, or a loss like this, you have to partly celebrate also. Partly celebrate the life of the person that you've cherished with, the thoughts that both of you have shared, the conversations that both of you had, the laughter, the experiences, the support. Because from what I know about him, he doesn't like sad endings. He wants us to actually keep on moving forward, and he actually doesn't want us to stop training despite of this loss. He wants us to actually use this as a platform as a springboard platform rather, for us to actually go forward and continue to improve in our martial arts skills. Now that I've said my piece, I would like to actually sing a song to him as part of my eulogy to him. Yes, I know, a lot of you would see me singing, and this might be the only time that you'll see me sing, so I don't know much about the lyrics, but I'll try my best to say it as clearly as possible, and hope you like it. So this is for Rick. The title of the song is Lead Me to Rest. I was hurting all alone. I was searching for a comfort I couldn't find on my own, with no direction, feeling down. My life was heading for disaster till you turned me around. Nothing that will ever able to even me will try to please me. It only pleased me less. But when I look about the way that you love me, how you put your honor above me, and you gave me rest, lead me to rest, sweet Lord, lead me to rest. From my journey here, lead me to rest. The relief I found from the burdens that have weighed me down, lead me to rest, lead me to rest. What a comfort, what a dear. As I considered what you offered me, how can it be real? What should I offer in return, when the value of your blessings no one could ever earn? Then you tell me that I'm really forgiven, got a reason for living, and you made it so clear, yeah. And I'm supported when the devil would charm me, protected when evil would harm me. Tell me, how can I feel? Lead me to rest from my journey here. Lead me to rest. The relief I've found from the burdens that have weighed me down. Lead me to rest. Lead me to rest. In a world my life was slowly changing, not obtaining true peace at all, never listening on what you have to say. Now it's fortunate you've changed my thinking after answering your loving call. You gave me rest that nobody could take away. Oh, lead me to rest from my journey here. Lead me to rest. The relief I found for the burdens that have weighed me down. Lead me to rest. Lead me to rest. You lead me to rest. Lead me to rest. You lead me to rest. You lead me to rest. God bless you all. And still, always train safe and take care.